Hey guys, and welcome to Pheas Airsoft, where today I'm going to be doing an unboxing on this Double Eagle M900 UTR45. Hey guys, welcome back. If you do enjoy this content today, please do consider liking, commenting and subscribing. Those interactions help me get seen by the YouTube algorithms and that helps the channel grow. If you want to support the channel a little bit more, memberships are enabled. It's just using the join button. It is 99 pence a month or whatever the equivalent is in your country, and you get custom videos, your own bloopers and your own giveaways and a private chat section in my Discord. Last but not least, there is a Linktree link down below that will take you to all of my socials, including my Discord. So we are back with an unboxing from Double Eagle again, and if you haven't seen my previous Double Eagles and don't know how much I love them, they are absolutely exceptional for the money. They are hands down my recommended budget entry point rifle of any sort, and they've got an SMG build now based on the same internals. I am so excited to get hold of this. I've been gutted that Taiwan gun aren't shipping yet, so I've picked this up from Patrol Base. So they're about £150 in the UK from Patrol Base, and the mags are about £15 each for 120 round mid caps. From Taiwan Gun Direct, they're about £129.19, and that was at the time of making this video in late February 2022. So not much difference in price, in all honesty. So it is sort of quite UMP looking. It is their version 2 gearbox, and it features an air cushion barrel, which is the sort of extra little divot that we've noticed in the disassemblies before. So I'm going to slide this out. I am really excited. In fact, we'll just show you around. So they are advertising, obviously, their social media now. Their sort of highlights of what's on it in terms of their Falcon control system. We've got just a little bit of safety warning, a little bit of stickering, and Double Eagle again, and underneath is completely blank. So here we go. I am absolutely excited for this. So get the box out of the way. First we've got our little bit of a manual. Let's check out what's in there. So we've got a target, we've got our programming instructions for our Falcon Digital Control System 2.0. So we've got trigger sensitivity, 1 to 5 shots, 1 shot for each trigger pull, protection failure as well, which is quite cool. Move those out of the way. We've got a parts number diagram for the M900, which is quite impressive. That's cool. That's quite a detailed diagram to help identify parts if there are any failures. And then we've got the manual itself, which talks you through the fire selector, the main parts of the gun, mounting accessory rails on there. I wonder if those are in there. That's exciting. The charging handle, how to install the charging handle, that you insert it. Can it be installed on either side? Mag release installation as well. So the mag release is not in. Okay, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Obviously installing the battery, buttstock adjustment, cheek rest adjustment. They've gone to town here with putting a good quality manual together, so I'm quite impressed with that, and cleaning the barrel on the back there. So here we go. Are we ready? Oh, move that. So wow, okay, that is pretty damn nice. See, I've just jumped straight in there. I was that excited. Quite evenly balanced, if anything. I was expecting a little bit weightier, but sort of front end, but actually it's quite evenly balanced, probably because most of the weight is in the gearbox in the middle. So we've got our 120 round mid cap with the fake rounds in the window. Do like that. I've never been a massive fan of the MP5 because I always thought the mags were a little bit thin, skinny, whereas the UMP style, a bit thicker, chunkier. Obviously it's 45 cal instead of 9mm, much chunkier and something much more substantial about it. So let's have a look in here then. We've got our charging handle there, which we'll install. Get that out of the way. We've got a Dean's to Tamiya connector for if you don't have some Dean's batteries yet, which is quite nice of them, and accessories. Oh man, so we've got the screws and an Allen key to go with. Wow. So we've got protection strap handguard thing, and then we've got some more protectors on the side, and we've got 2 rails in total in there, which will mount into the whole preset holes. Plus these are compatible with M-Lock as well, so you can put M-Lock, probably key mod I would have thought, in there as well. So that's pretty damn cool and handy. Now that is, see, it's an enhanced mag release. I couldn't even think of the word then. An enhanced mag release. So not only have you got the handle there to catch it on, but you've also got a catch point there to release it. So to change that over, all it is 1 pin knocked out there. Carefully lift this out because it's on a spring. Put the spring onto this one, put this in, and put the pin back through. That's quite nice. I will probably do a separate video on that to show you how to do that. That is pretty damn nice. Let's have a look what else is in there before I get carried away. So we've got a little guide for replacing Tamiya, and they've supplied you a free Deans and some heat shrink, which is quite nice. Did that before. There's a magazine, there's a rifle, and then an unjamming rod down the side there as well. So you get quite a lot for your money in the box, and considering, even in the UK this was £150, that's quite a lot of gun for not an awful lot of money. So in terms of the charging handle then, let's have a look at how that installs. Rail cover, charging handle. So it just goes in like that. Wow, that was easy. And just pulls it. Wow, that's really easy. So that just goes in, and that gives you access to your hop. Oh God, that's satisfying. Wow. Double Eagle, wow, you've outdone yourself. So pull back the charging handle, automatically locks open the ejection port, so you can access the hop unit, which is a roll down to add hop, roll up to remove hop. Nice clean looking gearbox in there. I am really excited to get into this to see what it's like internally, and to release the ejection port cover. Got a bolt release, I'm going to say on either side, but it's not, it's just this side. Possibly a little bit too much to ask for. Oh no, it looks like it should actually. Oh no, it does. I've just not pressed it hard enough. It is a hard press from this side. There we go. So that, I'm not gonna lie, is surprisingly satisfying to do. And if you want to change it, because you're ambidextrous, you need to play the other side, it literally just pulls out and clicks back in the other way. Now it does take a little bit of force to yank that out. It will be something to watch and keep an eye on, is that you don't lose that mid-game and catch it on something. But that is surprisingly easy to put in and remove. So at the front then, we've got our typical 14mm negative thread under there on a metal outer barrel. Put that back down. We've got a flip up sight there, which is quite a compact little flip up sight, front and rear. Let's see if we can get down those sights. There we go. Quite a nice aperture, and it's got a small aperture as well that you can flip up if you're in better light conditions. So we've got a single piece upper with a very, very long top rail across the top. It is all polymer, but it is absolutely solid. There is no play in that whatsoever. I absolutely have just fallen head over heels in love with this. It is so pretty. We've then obviously got plenty of Magpul openings to mount Magpul accessories, although I do think maybe the mounting holes are quite deep, so you're possibly going to need quite deep screws on there. But then the rails themselves it comes with obviously match to these preset rails, so I dare say you probably can get other rails, and the sizings are probably fairly standard as well. So you've got plenty of options for mounting there to get whatever accessories you want on there. I am liking the sort of the stop to go underneath, so you can get your hand up against the front. I do feel like that muzzle brake probably needs a suppressor or something on there, or a cool looking tracer, just to make it sort of a little bit more impressive on the front end. But these rail covers sit either side onto these little like defined areas there, and then screw down onto them, so they're going to be quite solid, and that's got 4 screw down sections there. Likewise for these, for potential, I would possibly just do the front and the back one, and that I would have thought would have been more than secure enough. Obviously, a lot of people will want a flashlight on the side, and then the pressure switch, maybe putting on the magwell or something, or maybe putting in a little vert grip. But absolutely solid upper. Lower then, we've got our magwell, which is slightly flared, open just so it's easy to locate your mag. A little bit of wobble in there. In testing, I will see if that causes any issues, wiggling it about when I'm shooting, but that releases so easy. Now, I know Maestro T was sent one of these by Taiwan Gun, and he said that he has run the G&G mags from the, let's think what they're called. Is it the 11 PCC 45 type mags, fit and run in this, and he's run those mags in this happily. So they are just a clone of the G&G ones. Absolutely lovely, gorgeous mags, 120 rounds each. So continuing on then, our lower then, we've got UTR45 Falcon system on there. We've got our bolt release on both sides, ambidextrous. Our ambidextrous selector as well. The selector on the left-hand side is slightly longer than the one on the right-hand side. It's stubbier on the right-hand side, as it tends to be with ARs in general. So just to watch out for that. Again, absolutely rock solid. We've got a liftable cheek rest that can be positioned based on where you want it. The stock itself is adjustable initially out to 6 positions. There are 2 additional settings, but those are mostly for getting the stock off to release the battery, which we'll do in a second. Move that back in. And then the stock folds as well using that button. Now, that is one place, it doesn't quite click into position, but it is quite firmly in position. You have to sort of put some good pressure on folding it again. Unfolding it. What I will say is be careful with this wire running around here, because mine keeps sticking, as you can see there, and I'm having to just push it down. Otherwise, I can see that wire getting crimped and nipped in there. So it's just something to be aware of. Might be a point. If you're going to be folding and unfolding your stock a lot, that's somewhere that you could end up with damage. So we'll open the stock up fully. We'll release the stock. So all I did, just put that back on and show you. So I pulled it out to the end, which is here, and then I just pushed that button in and pushed lightly, and the stock came off. And there is our battery compartment. Now that is pretty damn tiny. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and do the chrono, the range check, and the rate of fire check, and then we'll discuss batteries as part of this stuff after this. Hot fully off. .349 to 342, and the average is 347. Nice. Easily well over 40 meters. About 10 rounds a second. About 11 rounds a second. About 13.5 rounds a second. About 16 rounds a second, 16.5 rounds a second. So I am back from the range and chrono there. So range then, easy 40 plus meters, really whipping them down range, very little sort of need for much hop to go on really to get them whipping down right down range. A little bit inconsistent at first couple of drop offs. I suspect that's just a bit of muck in the barrel, a bit of grease maybe, nothing major, and they soon came good and were really sort of going down range. I was really happy with that. In terms of FPS then, it is pre-downgraded to UK levels, so obviously we are on 350 FPS on 0.2 gram BBs for anything that's full auto. Excuse me. So in terms of this one then, we're doing 342 to 349 FPS with no hop on using a 0.2 gram BB, and that averaged out at 347 FPS or thereabouts. Obviously I would expect that to drop a little bit lower once everything's bedded in, and with the hop set it will settle a little bit lower again still. So in terms of rate of fire then, not overly enthused with the rate of fire, a little bit disappointed in the rate of fire. So I've got like 10 rounds a second on a 7.4, and they were all fully charged as well. We then had 11-ish rounds, 10.9 rounds per second on an 8.4 volt NIM, followed by 13.8 rounds a second on a 9.6 volt NIM, and about 17 rounds per second on an 11.1. And I definitely felt like the 11.1 is where it genuinely felt like it came alive. Now that could be down to the motor, or it could just be that is just the setup and that's what it is. I don't seem to think that the honey badgers were that sort of slow. Something I did pick up on that I didn't realise during the first part of the unboxing, the front and the back of the pistol grip are obviously not only nicer textured with this almost like dragon scale thing, that's actually rubberised as well, which is really nice and comfortable to hold, and will be even better with the gloves, which we'll do in a second. So I'm really impressed with that. A really nice feature on there. Just lovely and well made system. So in terms of batteries then, we'll look at the batteries. We've not got an awful lot of real estate in there. So my 7.4 volt battery that I used for the rate of fire test doesn't even sort of fit in the top part. It will fit if you drop it either side, but you are going to have the stock not quite fully collapsed to be able to run that battery. Just to show you, drop that in there. Even that, I don't even think that'll go in. You know, that is quite a tight little space in there. What you're going to be better off doing with is possibly maybe one of those, maybe even just drop it in the bottom, because the wiring does come in at the top and then drop down to the bottom. So it might be better to drop the battery underneath and feed it in that way, and then that goes in much better. There is a bit of resistance there, so just be very careful about what you're doing in there. Let's check the battery. The battery's all okay. So that 11.1, which I will provide a link to, fit in there okay. I've got a short 1200, 7.4. Again, that bottom compartment's definitely the better option there, just to drop that in and feed that over. I've got a 1200 long, which is far too long. Just a little bit funny and ridiculous. So much like the Honey Badger with the sort of tanker style stock, the battery space is a little bit of a concern, but it will run really nicely on these 1100s, which I will get a link to, which will give you the dimensions. That does fit in there really nicely and gives you enough room to fit the wiring down and the stock to go on properly as well, quite happily in there. So a little bit of a tight space, a little bit of a disappointment. It's not even really something, excuse me, the back end's not really something either that you can do anything about as such. It is just as it is really. But that's, you know, by the by. So we'll do the gloved operations then. So thanks to the guys on my Discord for suggesting this. You know, this is a useful feature to have in my video. So let's have a look then. So I can definitely remove the muzzle brake. I can definitely do the sights up and down. I can operate charging handle, very easily, from both sides. The fire selector from both sides can be easily manipulated, quite nice and smooth. The pistol grip is very grippy, and even a light touch and my hand's not really moving up and down it very easily, which is good. It means that you're going to retain that grip well. The stock, very easy to fold. Again, just watching that wire, make sure you don't nip it anywhere. And the stock itself, very easy to operate. I do find that stocking shouldering it, the stock fully collapsed for me is a perfect kind of length, and I feel like I've got the right kind of shape, which is that very compact, very sort of close into myself, which is how I like to shoot when I'm playing airsoft. The magazine does locate very nicely. There was no feeding issues, even wobbling it whilst shooting it, giving it a little bit of a wobble and things, even wobbling the gun about, caused no real issues. Oh, that's so satisfying to do. I'm going to stop now. So the mags fed lovely, even at the sort of 17 rounds a second with the 11.1. There was no issues there. When they emptied out, I've got 3 in total, the one that was in the box plus 2 extras. When I emptied them out, pulling the retaining pin, they absolutely flew out with some real force, which says to me that they would keep up with a higher rate of fire if it was set up in that manner. So absolutely just a fantastic piece of kit. Obviously, if you are a little bit scarce on the Double Eagle mags, the G&G ones do reportedly fit, thanks to Meister OT for that. The fact that you've got the Falcon control system for a little bit of programmability. We know that Double Eagle are making some fantastic pieces of kit, and this has impressed me no end. The number of accessories that come in the box, the fact, even like things like that they've sent an almost aftermarket enhanced mag release for it, I just think is such a great little touch. It just enthuses me that they are thinking very much about the customer with this sort of system. So I'm really impressed with what they've done. Really impressed. The fact that you've got 2 rail protectors and a rail protector that's a forward sort of handrest stop on there, and 2 rails as well. They're really sort of going to town with their accessories here. £150, it is a good price, and it is a good gun, and it does perform well. But I would have liked it a little bit cheaper. I would have liked it at the Taiwan gun price, in all honesty. The Taiwan gun price, hands down, instantly, I could recommend to everybody and anybody. £150. To be fair, that's still in line with UK prices for the Honey Badger anyway. They are excellent. They are genuinely brilliant. They are fun to use, really reliable. Loads of people on my Discord have now got one and run them for months and months and months with little to no issue at all. So they are a fantastic piece of kit, and I expect this to be no different. And I mean, just look at it. It just looks an absolute beast of a piece of kit, and it's something that people are going to be really happy with. Just as a side note, the rail is not actually keymod or M-lock, at least not without modifying it. As you can see in this picture, the spacings of the holes just do not match the M-lock grip they've got here. I could make them fit if I filed down the sort of retaining lugs on the grip itself, but then you've got the sort of horizontal movement there that you'd be able to rotate it. So just to clarify, the base of the mounting points are the main mounting points without some sort of modification to your M-lock stroke keymod type accessory in general. So I will leave the usual photos. I hope that's been helpful to you, and please do remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.